Is in pit lane, but not the way he wants to be. He's only got 3 wheels on the Castrol Perkins Commodore, and the reason is, of course, he's lost one, but just how he lost it was in a pretty crazy situation. We had a report that he had a rear loose wheel. Technicians now getting in there, making sure that everything's clean and okay. This is exactly what happened. Take a look at this. Now watch this wheel nut come off the left-hand side of the screen. There it goes. As one of the Kmart Commodores comes through and avoids that. And the only other thing to go was going to be the wheel. Thankfully, everybody avoided that mess.
Now he's in the sidecar race as well with wheels.
Oh, what a moment. Running up there in 4th position. About 3.5 seconds behind Craig Lowndes, who's in 3rd. Now he's dropped a ton of track positions.
You know, Mark, this is a great example of how important your pit crew is, doing everything efficiently. You know, not having a wheel run off, not having to drop on the nut, not wheels falling off on the track, and that's why, you know, the crew has to be, you know, as good as the effort you're putting in on the track.
He's the man who's done a great fight back today. Started out in 9th position this morning, and he's made up 6 spots. He's currently in 3rd. Behind race leader Mark Skaife and Marcus Ambrose. They're about 21 seconds up the road. This will give Lowndes a really good starting position for the 3rd and final race today. There's the story, 24.1 seconds he is behind Marcus Ambrose.
Todd Kelly, another of the big movers, has moved up 7 positions since his race start. So you can see that on the yellow boxes there, on the side of each name. Neil Crompton's moved up 6 into 12. Jason Bright has leapfrogged 17 places into 13. So he's finding some speed after that failure in race 1. So you can hear 00 Motorsport crew talking to Craig Lowndes. 12 laps left. He's in position number 3. In front of him is a lot of clear road.
Tander is holding station with you at the moment.
Garth Tander's 2 positions behind Craig Lowndes. Marcus Ambrose is in front, and Mark Skaife still leads this race. This is Todd Kelly and Garth Tander, positions 4 and 5, getting all close. A little too close for comfort.
Wow, Garth Tander's really starting to put the pressure on here. Todd Kelly in 4th place, Garth Tander in 5th. Faulkner's dropped back to 6th as a result of the pit stops. The pressure's really on. Garth Tander enjoying increasing competitiveness from the Valvoline Cummins car. Went away and did a lot of homework over the summer. Figured out just exactly what was wrong with these cars.
Kelly's doing quite a bit of blocking here. He has nothing like the speed of Tander. No, so there he goes. He's got him. He held him off for a little while, but obviously couldn't hold it back any longer.
Craig Lowndes has been on that radio constantly to engineer Oscar Fiorinotto over the last couple of laps. He is very concerned about the rear tyres on this car and nursing them and looking after them towards the end of the race. So he's been continually checking the times of those in front and behind.
Yeah, it could be in a vulnerable situation. 134 neat for Mark Skaife, very consistent. 134.26 for Marcus Ambrose. And we'll wait for Craig Lowndes to come across the start finish. 134.4. So he's hanging in there at the moment, but he's obviously aware that his tyres are not in great shape.
Here's the rear of the field. Max Wilson, Rodney Forbes and Brad Jones. You can see the damage done to the Aussie Mail Ford Falcon at the very second corner of the first lap.
Yeah, it was a big shame. Yesterday's 20-minute sprint twilight race. After such a great qualifying top 10 shootout effort for Max Wilson, the Brazilian, he just fried up the clutch. It was really hot. About 14 or 15 cars overtook him on the line. Dropped him right down the order. He's still back there at the moment, 26th position. Midfield dice, there's Jason Bright trying to fight his way back. The racing team in a very unusual failure. Bright's car yesterday was a seized oil pump. A failure they've never had. You never know when these things are going to jump up and bite you. Worst possible time for Bright was trying to hang on in this fight for the championship. That was not what he needed to kick his season off with his degree.
No, he's had some dramas, you know. Yeah, it's been really unfortunate for him because he's very quick, very good driver, but you know, the Lady Luck's certainly on Mark's side this year, and he doesn't seem to put a foot wrong. Although it is a very long year, and he's got a huge gap at this stage, but I hope Bridie hangs in there and keeps fighting, obviously, the adverse luck at the moment, and it'll turn around for him because he's very talented, he's obviously in a very good team, and I'm sure he can win some races.
That's the battle group. We've got Jason Bright in 13th position, Neil Crompton is in front of him, then Stephen Ellery in the Super Cheap Auto car, and Glenn Seaton, one of only 3 active drivers in this field to have won a V8 Supercar round here at Eastern Creek. Mark Scaife and Craig Lowndes are the others. And of course, Scaife has won the last 3 on the trot. So Stephen Ellery trying to put some pressure on Bright, who's got the headlights on, and Rodney Forbes finds the wall.
Oh, it's the old colour scan Falcon. They put Rodney back in that car because of the damage inflicted on Lowndes' car at Phillip Island. They put Craig in the car that Rodney was driving, which was, of course, the ex-Stone Brothers car, the first car that came on board. And they set up the new team, so they had a real shuffle of cars there. The car that Lowndes crashed at Phillip Island is in the middle of repairs. Hopefully that'll be in action for the next round of Hidden Valley.
So currently the top 5 reads like this. Mark Scaife out in front. He's 2.2 seconds clear of Marcus Ambrose, then Craig Lowndes, Garth Tander and Todd Kelly. Now Kelly is 2.4 seconds back from that, so Mark Scaife, lap 31 of 39. Looks as though he's going to make it 2 out of 2 here if he can hold off. And this is the incident involving Max Wilson and Rodney Forbes. Forbes loses the rear of that. Safe spot as Greg Ritter and crash into the concrete.
A little bit too much throttle weight.
A little bit too ambitious on the pedal at that stage. He obviously tried to drive it up the inside there of Max and got it sideways, got it loose, and
ran out of ability.
Well, once you get to that point, momentum. Well, I don't want to say that, but once you get to that point, momentum takes over. Thanks, Mark.
Mark Scaife, Marcus Ambrose, 2.4 seconds the gap between them. Craig Lowndes, 22 seconds now behind our leading pair, but Garth Tander is closing on Lowndes by about half a second a lap. So Craig, he may be struggling for rear tyre grip.
If you watch Craig's car earlier, it's very stiff in the rear. It looks like they've stiffened the rear of the car up, and they've made the car turn a lot better, which is probably what he was after for today. And but in doing that, I mean, that's a bonus to get more grip at the front, but you burn the rear tyres up quicker, and towards the end of these long races, you really start to struggle. And by the looks of it, the Tander is coming and coming fast, so there is to see if he can hold him off towards the end.
Yeah, 8.3 seconds the gap now between Tander and Lowndes, so watch that closely. Craig is vulnerable at the moment, lap 31 of 39. Scaife well in command here, 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, Marcus hasn't been quite just a little. We're always chasing that little bit with HRT, you know, and although we are getting closer, but we're just going to have to keep our heads down and back to the drawing board and keep working at it, because, you know, they're the team that everyone wants to win, and it's just great to see Marcus up there, that forward challenging Holden, which is what all the spectators and everyone wants to see.
That's exactly what it's all about, isn't it? The V8 Supercar Championship, and it is Holden versus Ford in 1 and 2 right here. Craig Lowndes hanging on to 3rd position at the moment. Tander, Kelly, Faulkner, Murphy and Johnson. The Shell Helix race score takes you all the way down to position number 16. The exciting finish to race 2 of round 3 is coming up. Stay with us.